All right, so this is going to be my first look at the Season 8 Ascension Unleashed. New season coming out for Project Ascension. Without further ado, let's see what they got. Okay.
To the adventurers of Azeroth.
I'm not going to pause it this much. I just like the little...
To the adventurers of Azeroth. To heroes of far-off realms. To anyone desperate to cast off their chains and unleash their potential.
All right.
This adventure is for you. An adventure born from the culmination of everything that came before.
Season 7 was
the
pretty great.
foundations have been laid through the flames of determination to unleash your creativity in every way you've ever imagined.
Damn right.
Your desire for adventure burns stronger than ever. And in Season 8, that fire is unleashed. New World Forge enchants demand exploration.
Let's go.
New masteries unlock. New power is yours to command.
Okay, so they gave it away in the title. Tame Elements. It's pretty fucking sick. I'm a big fan. I popped off for Tame Dragons. That was fucking neat. I'm super excited to see more kind of expanding on that with the elements. New World Forge enchantments. I wonder if that's just new mystic enchants or if that's something completely new when they say World Forge. So I'm going to be really curious what that means when it actually comes out. I believe it's coming out October 28th. So we'll hopefully have an answer before that, but if not, I'm excited to find out October 28th.
Yours to wield. The world is revitalized, rekindling dungeons, raids, and breathing new life into the world. A world that will test your mettle as much as sate your bloodlust. Storm into Azeroth in Ascension's biggest season ever. Your potential is unleashed, and the very elements themselves are yours to control.
Let's go. That's sick to me. I don't know. I just like the taming aspect of it. I'm a big fan. Big fan of pets.
Join us on Ascension's biggest season ever.
All right.
A fresh seasonal realm where you'll begin your adventure with tens of thousands of other players all at once. Progressing through expansions as you experience the greatest adventure in Azeroth yet from start to finish.
All right,
On Season 8, Ascension is unleashed. More exploration, more adventure, more choice.
It's worth noting that Season 7 was also classic in TBC. So I'm interested to see, other than Tame Elementals, of course, how they're going to be changing that. So let's find out.
It's the culmination of 7 years worth of effort.
That's a lot of effort.
Forge your classless hero.
That's a lot of effort.
This season is the greatest opportunity for new heroes and veterans alike to unleash their potential on Ascension. You get to do it all.
I get to do it all.
Explore the open world and unlock the power of gods through new World Forge enchantments.
Okay.
Harness new ways to sway the hands of fate.
More
Master
hands of
new
fate.
spells and abilities. Tame the elements. Delve.
Is that fucking box an ability, actually? Is Feign Death going to turn you into a box? I don't know about that. I need details on that. That's kind of interesting. It sounds stupid, so I want to see. I think it's a cool little effect change. I'm curious if it actually adds anything to the ability. It sounds silly, so I'm kind of hyped for that silliness.
Delve into revitalized
Mythic
dungeons
rating.
and
Okay.
mythic raids. Discover incredible new craftables and engage in the most cutthroat battles for conquest.
Yeah,
and glory
high-risk
in
PvP is pretty
high-risk
intense.
PvP.
I get it.
And that is just half of the first of Season 8's 4 chapters.
Okay.
Every enhancement is designed to unleash your potential.
Sure. Yeah.
And you'll be the first to reap the rewards of a world unleashed. Season 8 is the result of Ascension's ultimate goal: to unlock your potential, discover your build, and forge.
Hold on. They didn't even talk about that.
Ascension's ultimate goal.
Yes.
To unlock your potential.
Sure.
Discover.
What? I like it. It's just a snake. It's just a snake. That's great. Okay. I like to see it.
Discover your build and forge your fantasy classless hero in the world that you love. Join us now as we cover the new features in detail so that you'll be equipped to proceed forward. Season 8 is an adventure to explore your unbound potential and harness
I like the
it,
snake.
using it to defeat challenges known and unknown. And as you unleash your build's true power, you'll use it to overcome trials and find there's still more to discover.
Sure.
And that the nostalgic world you love holds more potential than you ever imagined.
Than I ever imagined. I imagined a lot.
Ascension has grown larger than ever. League 3 and Season 7 both set records for highest population for their respective
Season
game
7
modes.
was sick.
And
I
that
love
means
Season
there's
7.
An exceptional demand for both game modes on Ascension. In Season 8, you won't have to wait to play your favorite game mode with many of the new features and a bigger population. Season 8 brings many of the features in this video to free pick, so you can enjoy the new updates with a bigger population in whichever game mode you prefer.
So that's important. You know, obviously enchants are the first thing that comes to mind when they're talking about bringing some of the enchants they introduced in Season 7 over to free pick. So it's good to see that. Happy to see it.
For heroes interested in playing on both realms, there will be a vanity sync option available.
Okay.
So if you unlock something on free pick, you'll have it on draft and vice versa. This lets you enjoy either realm at any time, knowing your collection will follow you.
I think they currently have that, but I could be wrong. They have some sort of sync.
Is rife with incredible places
to
see
let's
and
find
explore.
out.
But over time, we've uncovered many of the hidden secrets that make the adventure so grand. World Forge enchantments arrive on Season 8 to reinvigorate the thrill of exploration.
What?
World Forge enchantments are enchantments scattered throughout the world.
What?
Greater depth, exploration, and adventure to your experience. With World Forge enchantments, you'll unlock new archetypes.
Wait, that's actually really fucking sick. That's actually really sick. I wonder if they'll be sellable, because I'm just gonna buy it. I'm just gonna buy it. But that's fucking crazy that you can just find them like in the world. I wonder if it's like a chest or it only drops off certain mobs. They look kind of neat too. They look kind of good. Some of the enchants
based on boss spells and other powerful effects based on where the enchantment is obtained.
I'm a big fan of that.
Every location you explore is a chance to discover something amazing and new that you've never seen before. Potentially transforming your hero and changing the entire way.
Oh, the fucking crate!
If you choose to harness it.
That crate is haunting me.
Your exploration could unlock new build paths along your journey.
That's sick.
Making it more rewarding and worthwhile than ever before.
I love those so much.
If you want to obtain these powerful World Forged enchantments, you'll have to discover them yourself.
Serpent form.
Explore the world and find hidden enchantments scattered throughout Azeroth. You'll find them in dungeons, raids, chests from creatures, hidden merchants, quest chains, and more.
That answers my question.
World-forged enchantments are not tradable.
Oh, that's massive. Actually, that's crazy. I would not have guessed that they were not going to be tradable because I think every enchant currently is. So that's a pretty big fucking change for this season. Pretty excited to see that. That does mean I actually have to get serpent form. I mean, that's a requirement. I have to run caverns for 50 years. That's okay. I'll make that sacrifice. That's insane. God, that's going to be... I hope there's a Wikipedia article already going for all those. Because I feel like I need all of them.
Everyone can't just go to the auction house to search up the World Forge enchantment and copy
that's me.
This means that enchantments you discover and earn make you truly unique. Additionally, these enchantments are realm-wide once added to your collection. This means once you unlock a World Forged enchantment, you can use it across all of your alts.
Yes, there you go. That's nice. I love to see that.
World Forged enchantments are tailored towards the type of content they're discovered in. You won't have to farm PvE content to unlock a powerful PvP enchantment, and vice versa.
That's really smart.
World Forged enchantments imbue new life into your adventure in Azeroth. Do the content you enjoy, and you just might find a World Forged enchantment that fits your playstyle.
All right, fucking do it. I want Shadowbolt Volley. I know that's already an enchant basically. I want Shadowbolt Volley. That, or I want Illidan's move where you fly up in the air and just like hover there for 20 minutes, just to stall someone out in like a battleground or something. Those are my two recommendations. Probably not good ones, but that's what I want.
When adventuring throughout Azeroth, there are times when you need the right tool for the right job,
Sure.
where a certain spell or skill would help immensely.
Yeah.
But in the past, you've been limited in your ability to pick up situational tools on class lists.
Yes.
You never had enough ability
On
essence
draft
or
as
ability
well.
gems to warrant spending them on spells and skills that you would only use in certain situations.
On draft as
This
well,
made
to a lesser
gameplay feel
extent.
linear. You always approached situations the same way, which lacked a lot of gameplay depth.
Sure.
You had to either pick up all the tools at the expense of your desired class fantasy, or you had to sacrifice power to express class fantasy.
Yeah.
On top of all
Correct.
of that, there was no way to anticipate what your opponent might do next. And you likely didn't have any options on how to approach new situations, even if you could. Introducing Masteries.
Okay.
Masteries allow you to unlock a bucket or category of spells and obtain more spells in that category without lowering your chance to get more rares.
What? Okay.
For example, this means by learning any Paladin seal, you unlock Seal Mastery.
So you learn all the seals?
With Seal Mastery, future seals will only cost ability essences.
Oh.
You'll have the flexibility to take Seal of Righteousness, Wisdom, Light, and more to deal with different situations as they arise.
Oh, okay. So you're removing. Okay, I understand. So what this is saying is that once you get a seal, you won't have to spend a talent point if you want a certain seal. They will only cost the ability essence, which is good. I'm not sure the rare aspect of that yet, but I'm sure he's about to explain it.
Likewise, if you learn Hunter Aspect Mastery,
Sure.
you'll be able to learn aspects like Hawk, Beast, Cheetah, Pack, Monkey, Viper, and more without spending all of your rare ability gems.
Oh.
This allows you the freedom to take situational spells that you can make use of at the right time.
Wait, is this only... So are you still going to have to spend the talent points then? Okay, I must have misunderstood. So then it only... Okay, so you can get all those seals, but then it will only take... It won't take any of your rare spots. So that's interesting. It's still kind of limiting because it's still costing those points. I thought you were getting some of your talent points back. And those generally, the talent points are a little more valuable because there's more talents you generally want to get than the abilities. But that's still interesting. Interesting choice there.
Which could mean the difference between life and death.
Sure.
Masteries expand the ways that you can deal with unexpected challenges, unlocking your full potential and giving you exponentially
It's a good thing, 100%.
forge your hero.
I don't doubt it's a
Seal
good
masteries,
thing.
Aspect masteries, trap masteries, totem masteries, aura masteries, and many more
Yeah,
are available
those all
for
make
you
sense
unlock.
to have
In
masteries,
Season
100%.
8, you don't just have choices in how you build, but how you play.
All right.
Masteries are just one of many
Talent
changes to
loadout.
up your
Let's
versatility.
fucking get it.
Talent loadouts debut in Season 8. Talent loadouts allow you to freely swap between different sets of talents.
Thank you.
In Free Pick, you can use them to quickly swap between talent configurations during a
Oh,
raid,
wait.
dungeon,
You
or
can
to
already do
switch
this.
between PvE and PvP
With the,
without spending gold or using any resets. In Draft, you can use talent loadouts to utilize the same build in a variety of content.
Maybe I'm not understanding this correctly. Right now you have the different specializations, and once you buy a talent specialization, then you can swap freely between those. You have the same thing for your enchants presets. So is this saying they're going to give you one for free? Maybe.
Whether it's dungeons, raids, battlegrounds, Mythic Plus, arena, or anything else, you can have a talent configuration for each,
Okay.
allowing you to fully leverage the potential of your current build. This gives you a clearer identity and also makes you more flexible. To unlock your talent loadouts, obtain a Tome of Talents.
Yeah, this
Using
is
the
already a
scroll
thing.
will unlock the talent loadout for the specialization in your character advancement.
Okay.
This update allows you to express different dimensions of your build without unneeded friction in draft and free
This
pick.
is already a thing. That's why I'm kind of confused. Maybe they just haven't officially
Stacking
announced
the deck
it.
with powerful cards is the thrill of
All
draft.
right, let's see.
It should be about
Let's see
discovering
draft
your build,
updates.
knowing every great card is a step towards mastering fate, and you forcing its hand with the cards you choose. But one of the biggest problems in Draft was that it discouraged you from picking epic or legendary cards if they weren't the absolute perfect fit for your build.
Yeah.
Picking the shiniest card was often the wrong choice.
Yes.
This was unintuitive and it felt bad. Not anymore with epic and legendary card swaps.
Okay.
Card swaps have a chance to happen each time you draft an ability, whether you level up or use a Hand of Fate.
Oh,
When you get one, you can swap out one of your already known epic or legendary abilities for the one listed on the card swap. The more epic or legendary skills you know, the higher your chance of discovering a card swap.
that's a good change.
You can
that's
finally learn epic and legendary skills because you know you'll be able to swap them out later if you want to. This works
God.
separately for each quality, and for each epic or legendary you collect, you increase your chance of discovering that rarity's card swap. Epic card swaps will offer you a chance to swap one of your existing epic spells for a new one.
Sure.
Legendary card swaps likewise will let you swap out one of your legendary skills for another.
I'm a big fan of this change. This is a good change.
Ability on the card swap you're offered, you can always decline it, destroying the swap and maintaining your current build.
I spent a ungodly amount of time trying to roll Tree of Life. It is a legendary, so I just had to not pick any legendaries the whole time I was leveling up, or else I was not going to get Tree of Life. So, really good to see this change. Very much needed on the draft side, because it was a pain in the butt. A pain in the butt to deal with.
This ensures that picking an epic or legendary that isn't exactly what you want doesn't destroy your build. With card swaps, you can make full use of any epic or legendary you choose, even if it's only for a few levels. If you want to master Fate, it needs to be quick. Seizing your destiny should be a world.
Hold on, was that guy nude? What's going on here?
If you want to master Fate, it needs to be quick.
Ascension. Why? Just for what? For what reason? Okay, we don't need to linger on that for too long.
Destiny should be a whirlwind adventure. This isn't. Fate shouldn't be 17 clicks away.
Yeah.
And with the new Hand of Fate UI in Season 8, you'll spend more time drafting your build than chit-chatting with Silas. This update ensures that you get a clear picture of when new Hands of Fate unlock, how many are available, the current cap, how many marks of Ascension you have.
Oh, thank you. God, that was so annoying. It was so annoying. It was so annoying. Anyone that played Season 7 and was trying to get like a raid ready build or a mythic dungeon, going, that was a pain in the ass. I probably used for one character easily over 70 Hands of Fates, and you only get 5 every quest turn in. So bop 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 bop, like just on repeat for like 20 minutes. That was so annoying. This is also a really, really good change. So I'm very happy to see this.
And what specialization you're in. In Season 8, sculpting your fate is clear and easy, and Silas can finally help you. Have a great day now.
Thank you. Thank you, Silas.
Draft change, lucky skill cards and guaranteed skill cards can no longer appear at the same time. It sucked having to choose between them when this happened, and now it just doesn't. Each of these draft changes are focused around smoother gameplay, removing unfortunate mechanical obstacles so that you can enjoy the time you spend playing.
The reason I didn't react to that is because my lucky skill cards never rolled anyway. I don't know what's the drop rate on them compared to the normal skill card, but that's one thing I wish they would have mentioned, just upping that a little bit, because I feel like I don't see my lucky skill cards. But maybe I'm unlucky.
You unleash your potential through the abilities you choose, making them an integral part of your adventure. The skills you master unlock paths to greatness and make your hero uniquely yours. The more spells available, the more choice you have over how to express yourself on your adventure.
I agree.
Season 8 continues to expand the spells and abilities available on Ascension so that you can play the way you want. Burning rushes, healing rains, orbs, glaives, and more expand your choices and the ways you can realize your destiny and separate yourself from the masses. Some of these are core rotational abilities, meaning some all-new builds arrive with these spells.
Raging Blow, that's a big one.
While giving new tools to existing archetypes. Unleashing your power means bending the elements to your will.
Yes.
From the spells you choose
Tell
to the
me
pets you tame.
about the
your
elementals.
Companion is your strength made manifest.
Yes.
And in Season 8, you'll be in your element.
Thank
you
fucking
can tame elementals,
God.
further expanding the ways that you can customize your hero.
Let's go.
You can find Tether Elemental in the
It's an
Shaman
epic
Elemental tree.
mental note.
And it works just the same as Tame Dragon, Shackle Undead,
Yep.
and Enslave Demon.
Yep.
Using it, you can tame dozens of different types of elementals. Harness
That big
fire,
fucking tree?
wind, earth, and water
tame that big
elementals,
fucking tree?
and even unique death, phoenix, and mojo elemental.
Well, okay. A lot of I got flashbang multiple times. Okay, hold on. First of all, death.
Different types of elementals.
Yep.
Harness fire, wind, earth, and water elementals.
Sure.
And even unique death.
Death. Okay. All right. So like, if my raid member dies on the first pull, can I then tame him as the elemental? That's what I need to know. That's my question.
Phoenix and mojo elementals.
Oh, wait, hold on.
And water elementals.
Bojo?
And even unique death, phoenix, and mojo elementals.
Phoenix is pretty
Each
sick
with
too.
their
I don't know
own
what Bojo
unique
is.
abilities. With Season 8, the elements themselves are
So that's a
yours
movie
to
reference I'm
unleash.
not getting.
Delving
hold
into
on.
dungeons, earth and water elementals,
Yep.
and even unique death, phoenix, and mojo.
My man taking the walk to Poland. All right. Look, my wife's on TikTok a lot. I know about the song. This is the walk going to Poland. This is how he got it there. Okay, thank you.
Are iconic, but their mechanics are outdated.
Sure.
They often add needless friction and can be a little boring.
This normal. Hold on. Normal bear tanking. This is every bear tank I know. Yeah, this is about right. Why even? Okay.
Friction and can be a little boring. You want to truly conquer these dungeons and raids.
Yes.
And that means they need to be engaging. Ascension is replacing outdated vanilla mechanics with
Whoa, wait, whoa. I didn't even process it. This looks fucking insane. Look at how fucking insane that looks.
to be engaging.
Look at this.
Ascension is replacing outdated vanilla mechanics
okay,
with
I like
fresh
that.
changes in a new PvE rework.
That's a big cleave.
This PvE rework adds new mechanics and visuals to unleash the full potential of Azeroth's iconic dungeons and raids. This
That one
rework
looked the same to
ensures
me.
that older encounters get modernized, making them more
Ooh.
enjoyable, challenging, and rewarding. It also
Okay.
replaces tedium with challenge worthy of your classless champion. In Season 8, you'll spend more time facing challenges instead of running to them. You might even unlock these new spells as world-forged enchantments.
Okay. Let's go.
No matter where you are in your adventure, if you're ready for a challenge, you should be able to find it. But in
Interesting.
the past, there was a huge difficulty gap between heroic and ascended difficulties on Ascension.
Yes, that is true. There is a huge difficulty gap between heroic and ascended. I would argue there's a pretty big one as well between normal and heroic, but definitely not as big between heroic and ascended.
This caused many guilds to fall apart and failed to bridge the gap.
Yeah.
Mythic
Sure.
raids are a brand new raid difficulty that fills the gap between heroic and ascended.
That's good. That's a good
Mythic
binge.
raids will be flexible between 10 and 25 players,
Okay.
letting you face the challenge with your allies no matter how many you have.
So two separate
Additionally,
lockouts.
Ascended raids
sounds like.
also become flexible between 10 and 25 players. In the past, a
What?
lack of flexible raiding prevented people from playing with their guild, because no one wants to bench people on their roster, and no one wants a raid to be destroyed just because one DPS couldn't show.
Sure.
New raid releases will still maintain the integrity of Realm Firsts by requiring Ascended raids to still be
Okay,
completed at
interesting.
either 10 or 25
I
man
feel like
difficulty,
that's good. I feel
despite
like that's
their new
needed.
flexibility. This update ensures that there's a challenge suitable for you and any number of allies on your journey to the top.
That's an interesting addition.
Raids allow you to come together with your friends and allies
Yep.
to accomplish something great.
Love raiding.
When you see a raid
Easily
start up,
my favorite.
you don't want to have
Gnome
to
Spanker.
miss out on it just because you've already cleared it for the week. You want to raid with your friends whenever you
Okay,
can,
what are they gonna say?
especially when they could really use your help.
Yes.
Introducing
They could always
boss
need me.
binding. Boss binding replaces the old instant lockout system. allowing heroes to be saved to bosses they've killed that week rather than the raid itself. This new lockout gives you the flexibility to raid whenever you want. You can jump into any group at any time and get in on the action.
Yes.
Even if you've already obtained loot from a boss, you can still get additional marks, runes, and orbs.
So it's worth noting, so even if you killed the boss, you get things still, which is good. It's worth noting, obviously, this is how retail does it. I think retail does it right. I think this is probably the best way to do it. That, or just remove the lockout system to begin with. It seems just kind of like a random wall players have to wait behind before they can progress. But I think this is definitely better than just locking out the whole raid, and then if you get trolled, I've heard, I haven't had this, but I know some people who got in the raid, they kill one boss and they get kicked out, and then they're locked out for the week. So that should also prevent just kind of trolling on that aspect. So happy to see it.
And you'll still get loot from any bosses you haven't been bound to yet.
Okay.
With boss binding, it's no longer a massive deterrent to jump into the middle of a raid in progress.
Yes.
Because you won't be bound to the bosses that raid has already cleared. And
that was also a big issue.
Some of the bosses that week, you can participate knowing you'll be rewarded for your triumph. Additionally, you won't have to worry that a group falling apart ruins your chances of raiding for the week. This serves as incentive to give more groups a shot, letting everyone raid with confidence. In Season 8, boss bindings will apply to normal, heroic, and mythic difficulties.
Not ascended.
This update ensures you get to jump into any raid with whoever you want, whenever you want, allowing you to fully enjoy your adventure.
Why not ascended? I don't understand why not ascended as well. I'm happy they did apply it to mythic, but I don't understand why you wouldn't also bind it to ascended. Just a thought.
Having a clear UI makes engaging in activities enjoyable and simple. You want to fight monsters, not a menu.
True.
In Season 8, both the Transmog UI and Trade Skill window receive big updates to improve both clarity and function. Looking how you want is a huge part of your class fantasy.
True.
However, the Ascension Transmog UI is horrendously outdated. You can't store an infinite number of sets, and you have to keep items you want to save in your bags or in your bank if you want to use them in new outfits.
Yep.
Not anymore.
Not great.
Introducing the new Transmog UI.
Thank God.
With the new Transmog UI, you can quickly browse, select, and apply transmogrification to your gear quick and easy. It also allows for new additions to the Transmog system.
Sure.
This new UI automatically unlocks items that you equip, letting you access them anytime you want and expanding your collection. You can browse all of your favorite cosmetics in the new UI, mixing and matching them to create your ideal outfit and solidifying your class fantasy. Like the Transmog UI, the Trade Skill window was terribly outdated. In Season 8, this essential UI receives new functionality to make crafting easier and more modern.
For the record, I did like the Trade Skill menu. It is outdated, but it feels, you know, it feels good. Feels good to get your hands on. The Transmog thing was awful. That I don't miss. I won't miss that at all.
It now includes a search and filter options to locate recipes a lot easier. And a new crafting queue option allows you to create multiple different items with a single click.
That is
queue up various craftables
Never mind.
To craft in order.
Old UI suck. Get this one.
You can also use the UI to view unlearned recipes and receive hints as to their source location, helping you find recipes you need. Finally, the new Trade Skill UI also allows you to quickly find out what you can make with the items you have in your bags. Right-click an item, and you'll see all recipes that require it as an ingredient. If at any point you decide the UI isn't for you, you can easily swap back with add-ons. These new UIs make crafting and transmogrifying clear and simple.
Good option.
So you can craft easily, look good, and continue with your adventure. Tab targeting is a huge part of how you play and
tab
fight
targeting.
WoW.
Don't talk.
But different heroes
Don't talk
have
to me about
different
tab targeting.
expectations for what tab targeting should do.
Yes.
With Season 8, you can now customize tab targeting to your liking. With some new options, you can customize tab targeting to prioritize enemies that you're facing, prioritize enemies you're in combat with, change the max target range, and change the max target angle. These
Okay. I have pulled a lot of raid bosses because this was not a thing. Because this was not something you could do. In the past, you would just tab target and it would, I think, it would just tab target enemies you're facing with, like, other than that, really no care in the world. So this really sucked if you had a pet because you would tab target something, be spamming your keys to attack it. Normally you'd be out of range, so you wouldn't hit it, but your pet is like, hey, I see what you're doing. I can do that for you and run off to pull whatever you just tabbed on. So this must have. Must have. The others, I do not care. This, guaranteed picking it up.
These customization additions let you mold tab targeting to be more responsive to your
Clap
individual
indeed.
playstyle.
Good clap.
Seasons are massive adventures, and Season 8 is Ascension's biggest adventure yet. The season will be packed with content, with more coming as the season goes on. New spells, new world-forged enchantments, new archetypes, new game modes, updates to exist.
Hold on.
New world-forged enchantments, new archetypes, new game modes.
Okay. Build draft mode? I don't know what that means. Just to point it out, wildcard. I know wildcard is a thing. I'm blanking on it. Belford's roguelite mode. That's interesting. I guess Belford's is a roguelite, so it makes sense to call it that. I'm just not used to seeing it's called that. Resolute, Nightmare, Survivalist, and Iron Man all exist already. I'm blanking on wildcard mode. I'm pretty sure it exists. I'm just stupid. And calling it roguelite is funny, but it is. So again, I think all these modes are already in, but I'm curious what they're adding besides this.
Modes, updates to existing game modes,
Good.
New craftables, and new ways to explore Azeroth are only part of what this season offers. You deserve seasons with the potential for enormous game-changing updates.
I do deserve
but
those.
In past seasons, there was no good time to introduce these big updates without being disruptive. Season 8 is going to keep getting better through big updates and massive changes throughout the entire season. The biggest question is when to do it without being disruptive to your experience.
Okay.
Introducing chapters. Chapters are exciting points in the season where massive change can be expected. Each chapter will have a video of its own explaining all of its upcoming features. Chapters give you a clear timeline to expect and plan for major changes, new content, and a big boost in population.
Interesting.
So that during each chapter, you'll know what to expect. Essentially,
without the current chapter changing. Oh, okay. It's just referencing the video. Okay. Never mind. I get it.
A chapter is a secured block of time that protects your investment.
Sure.
You can invest in your journey, knowing everything isn't going to change on a whim. Then, as a new chapter approaches, you can use the video update to plan for changes and prepare for the next step of your journey. When a video releases, the website timeline will update with all of the upcoming content. Season 8 unleashes 4 epic chapters throughout its timeline.
4
These introduce massive changes, shake things up, and keep the adventure thriving. As the season continues, new chapters unfold, bringing with it new tiers of content, additional expansions, and more updates than ever before.
Okay, I'm interested. I don't know what the massive changes would be.
In Season 8,
normally, the biggest change I can think of that happened during Season 7, they had that big tank change, right? That tank change was massive. They added a few epic enchants that were pretty big on their own. And then, like, the raid releases. So I don't know. Maybe it's like a raid release. Maybe it's something completely new. That's interesting.
Each chapter offers a new opportunity to jump back in and conquer the season. Every chapter brings new content and exclusive seasonal items to keep the adventure exciting. With each chapter, you'll tackle brand new content, claiming seasonal achievements which unlock exclusive items. These achievements are unique to each chapter. If you don't complete them before the end, they're gone, and the rewards with them. If you do manage to complete these achievements, you'll get points to spend on exclusive rewards. Complete achievements,
Sure.
get points, and claim your rewards.
As
In
I
Season
deserve
8,
them.
Each chapter is its own adventure, complete with unique challenges to overcome. You can find the seasonal tab right here in your character advancement UI.
I didn't
And
catch
what's
mine
more,
in.
This season, you get to share these achievements and more between all of your characters.
Oh, that's good. Like that. I didn't catch mine in from season 7. I just realized that. A little sad about
The
that.
friends you make, the reputations you earn, and achievements you unlock are yours.
Is that a real one? Drunk death from falling. First play at a... Is that a real achievement? I have to look that up. I don't believe that. I'm gonna get that one. I'm gonna get that one this time. Season 8,
You should have
that's
access
me.
to them on all of your characters, and you don't need to be bound by system limitations. Whether you spent the time to make friends with furbolgs or achieve that sweet Realm First Hogger, those accomplishments shouldn't disappear just because you're on a new character. So why can't you show them off? Introducing the Realm-Wide Update.
Okay.
The Realm-Wide Update makes 3 important features completely realm-wide, so you can benefit from them across any character.
These could be big.
Realm-wide achievements,
Okay.
realm-wide reputations,
Yes.
and a realm-wide friends list.
Hold on. The friends list, achievements, whatever. The reputation is big. Realm-wide reputation shared between all your characters. That's pretty big. I think, and I may not be remembering this, I think they had some of this in season 7. No, actually, they didn't have it in season 7. I'm thinking of the way to prestige. You do the Zolgarab troll quest, whatever. You get a bunch of levels real fast. But that was all on the same character because you were prestiging. That's a big change. The reputation realm wide is fucking massive.
With realm-wide achievements, you can now collect and show off achievements
Sure.
across multiple characters.
Oh, it carries
Heroes interested
over
in
multiple
collecting
seasons.
accolades
Okay, it carries
across
over.
multiple seasons and throughout multiple characters will be able to show them off on core realms.
True.
Achievements are now realm-wide.
so I can flex. Okay.
Just like achievements, the work
can
you
just
put
flex.
into gaining reputation shouldn't be bound to your character. On Ascension, if you put in the effort to reach Exalted, you'll now have it across all characters you make on that realm.
That's smart.
Heroes who pursue reputation accumulation can now rest assured that their time and efforts will
That is so
persist
nice.
across all characters
That
they
is
create.
so nice.
You won't have to farm long reputations to get that one upgrade you need to be viable on your ults. With realm-wide reputations are more meaningful to gain. Completing a reputation is now a milestone worth pursuing.
Agreed. I hated doing the reputation stuff because of that exact reason. It would just go away on a new character. So like, unless you were doing it to get one mount and then never worrying about it again, you know, when else are you going to use it? But apparently, a lot more.
When you make a friend, it's your friend, not your character's friend. It's too easy to lose the friends you've played with when one of you jumps on another character.
Bye,
So,
friend.
friends lists are now realm-wide. With a realm-wide friends list, you have access to your friends list no matter which character you log into. You'll know if your buddy that you just ran Deadmines with hopped on another alt so you can ask them to play again. With realm-wide updates, your fun, progress, and experience is no longer limited by the character.
On a side note, now if you friend someone and then like you want some time away from them, if you hop onto an alt to have some alone time, they're gonna know. So man, you're gonna have to really choose that friend list now. I've never done it, but I know some of you have.
You're on. So jump out and explore the world. High Risk has been with Ascension
right.
from the beginning. By its nature, it's gone through many incarnations.
Let's see.
Season 7 Burning Crusade was the best iteration of High Risk to date.
I would agree
Venturing
with
into
that.
the unknown, slaying notorious monsters, looting hidden chests and monster nests, gathering materials, and making valuable craftables to either help your guild or sell for a hefty profit was what made TBC High Risk engaging. All of this happened while engaged
Definitely
in
kept people active on it.
adrenaline-filled PvP combat. This became the lifeblood of High Risk. High Risk in Season 7 Chapter 2 saw more heroes than ever before exploring and fighting in the High Risk open world. In Season 8, Vanilla is getting the overhaul from TBC and more.
Oh.
High-risk is being tailored to the various types of heroes who want to venture into it, and making more sense of the systems introduced in Season 7.
Okay, interesting.
Mercenary is a new mode that replaces much of the outlaw system and allows you to play with your friends regardless of faction and experience everything high-risk Azeroth has to offer. You can freely toggle between your faction.
Mercenaries drop an additional loot bag. That's a big note. Enables cross-faction grouping and high-risk content. I don't see anything. I don't see anything specific other than that. Other than the drop additional loot bag, I think that's the same. I don't remember Outlaws dropping an additional loot bag, so that's a pretty interesting change. Can only be cast while in a main city. That's kind of curious. Yeah, I don't think that was a thing for the Outlaw. How are you gonna cast it? Does Booty Bay count as a main city? Because what if you're standing in Stormwind to cast it and you get ganked by the guard? That's interesting. I'll have to see. I would assume Booty Bay counts as a main city.
Or mercenary mode at any time in a capital city. Keep in mind, however, that killing your own faction still gives you criminal intent, making you hostile to NPCs of the same faction.
Oh, you only get... Okay.
In Season 8, tier zones transform to more accurately reflect a better balance of higher risk and higher reward.
Sure.
You'll be able to obtain all materials in every tier, letting you find the tier that's right for you. Whether you're just interested in collecting materials, or you're a murderous thief. Whether you prefer group play, or you're a lone wolf. No matter what you want, there's a tier and a zone for you. You're interested in
find all high-risk materials in any tier. That's an interesting change, because before you would find certain high-risk materials in certain tiers. I wonder if that's gonna... I guess not. I guess it'll still incentivize you to go to the higher tiers just because there'll be less people, would be my knee-jerk. But, I mean, obviously, the biggest benefit to going to those high-risk zones was the better drops. So I wonder if that's going to be an issue, but hopefully not, because I think it's a good system in general. I do like the high-risk material system.
Collecting materials, or you're a murderous thief. Whether you prefer group play, or you're a lone wolf. No matter what you want, there's a tier and a zone for you.
Okay. Alrighty.
In Tier 1 zones, heroes will only drop items in their bags.
Good.
This allows anyone with even a glimmer of interest to explore high-risk Azeroth.
Just don't have anything in your bags.
Risk of losing their precious gear. Ungoro Crater, Ashara, and the Burning Steppes are Tier 1 zones. Ungoro Crater is an honorable combat zone, while Ashara and the Burning Steppes are group zones. In Tier 1 zones, you'll find primarily core materials and normal Bloodforged gear. Additionally, while you slay enemies and gather spoils, you might attract the attention of a notorious monster. These rare monsters are tougher than average. They have a chance to spawn when you kill an enemy in a Tier 1 zone, and they're the only way to obtain demon materials in Tier 1. With Tier 1 zones, you can venture into the unknown knowing you'll likely leave with spoils from your adventure, without risking your precious gear.
Probably. More than likely.
In Tier 2 zones, heroes will drop gear, but they'll be able to use Fell Commutation to drop gold instead.
Sure, as
Tier
you
2
can
zones
already.
allow anyone to seek more rewards and raise the stakes without risking their gear outright. Tier 2 zones drop core materials, demon materials from creatures, and normal Bloodforged gear.
Okay, so for the record, there is a difference in what's actually dropping depending on the zone, just right off the bat, because obviously the demon materials could not have dropped unless you're killing a notorious crab. So good mental note.
Tier 2 zones are Eastern and Western Plague Lands. Of these, Western Plague Lands is the 1v1 honorable combat zone, and Eastern Plague Lands is group PvP. Tier 3 zones are for the most bloodthirsty heroes seeking sweat and conquest.
Sweat and conquest.
Tier 3 zones offer no protection. There is no
I don't think I saw that right. Hold on.
Conquest.
Yeah, I was gonna make a joke about the sweat and conquest thing. Like, oh, my average Friday night, whatever. But
Tier 3 zones offer no protection. There is no fell commutation, and anyone who dies will drop gear. The only Tier 3 zones are Silithus and Winterspring.
oh wait, hold on, I didn't even see that.
Drop gear.
No. Okay. Wow. That's big. Yeah, that was not a tier 3 zone previously. I think he just dropped extra loot. You could sell Fell Commune. Wow, that's crazy actually. That's a big change. Because before, if you just had a lot of money, you didn't have any risk of losing your gear, right? You would lose a bunch of money if you died, but you wouldn't lose any gear, so, you know, whatever. That's interesting. I'm going to see some very mad individuals. There's going to be very mad people about that change.
The only Tier 3 zones are Silithus and Winterspring, ensuring that no matter where you go, there will be worthy challengers present. Winterspring is a 1v1 honorable combat zone, and Silithus is a group PvP
I wonder...
zone. Travel to these zones at your peril, but if you do, you can use Tier 3 zones to acquire most materials and exclusive heroic blood-forged gear, so that you can PvP like a Sweat King.
I'm a bit of a Sweat King.
These updates ensure that heroes can venture
not in
into
PvP
high
in
risk,
general.
knowing there is a place tailored for the experience they want to have. Whether you're slaying hordes of monsters in Tier 1, raising the stakes for additional rewards in Tier 2, or seeking conquest and glory in Tier 3, there's a zone that's right for you. Material events are locations in high-risk zones that massively increase the drop rate of the materials in that area. They enable shared party loot, ensuring that it's always worth forming a party to get these incredible materials.
Like that?
These events are activated with a
I
keeper
like party
scroll
loot.
high risk. You can see the currently active
I'm
events
a
on your
bit
map
of a
at
casual
any
when I
time,
say
as
that, but I
long
like
as you
party
are
loot.
in high risk. Everyone can participate in these regardless of who activated the event, and you can collect materials even if you don't have the profession, so you're never limited to what types of materials you can acquire.
That's an interesting change. I don't know how I feel about that one. I mean, I guess obviously to make the most of it, you still have to have the profession, but I feel like a lot of people are just gonna go there just to sell the materials, right? Like if I don't even need to grind the profession to collect the materials in the first place, that's interesting. I don't know how I feel about that one. I'm not gonna say I don't like it, but I'm curious. I'm curious about it.
In Season 8, you can obtain 3 types of materials no matter what tier that you're in. Sanguine material are a base material used for all high-risk recipes. These drop in every high-risk tier zone, everywhere in that zone, not just in material event areas, giving players who want to avoid events or just farm their favorite spots valuable rewards for doing so. Sanguine materials are used as part of all high-risk crafting recipes.
Interesting. Sanguine. Okay.
Core materials are used for craftables that are beneficial to all heroes. They're obtained from event areas marked on the map.
Only craftables?
And are obtainable even if the event isn't active. Finally, demon materials are obtained from notorious monsters and in Tier 2 and 3 event areas. Demon materials craft items most beneficial for niche builds and PvP.
So
High-risk craftables will never require both core
I'm assuming like
and
actual
demon
equipment.
materials, meaning you'll know exactly where to go to get the materials you need and have more opportunities to get them.
Okay.
It also ensures that a market exists for these materials at all times.
I didn't do too much crafting. So I don't feel too strongly about any of that. That's why, you know, I didn't do too much crafting. For the guild, we had someone taking care of the crafting, thankfully. We didn't pay him. Unpaid labor, but they like doing it. So is it really labor? A labor of love?
Slaying monsters and other heroes isn't the only way to get gear in high risk. Heroes who want to venture out into the open world can now discover blood-bound chests from hidden caches and monster nests. In Season 8, the hunt doesn't end when you open a hidden cache or beast nest. Now, when you open one of these hidden treasures, you'll receive
right.
a blood-bound chest. Blood-bound chests contain heroic blood-forged gear.
That's pretty big.
However, it's not so easy to unlock the treasures within. Looting a blood-bound chest afflicts you with no retreat, blocking all teleportation and Hearthstone effects until you can pry it open, meaning you'll have to escape your pursuers and make it back to town alive. To open a chest and retrieve the treasures within, you'll need to take it back to a Sanguine workbench located in major cities. If you die, the chest has an incredibly high chance to drop, meaning if someone finds you, it might just be the end of your treasure. However, even if you do lose it, keep in mind that that chest's looter will now inherit your no retreat as well, giving you ample opportunity to chase him down and steal it back. If you can successfully grab the chest and return to a city, the spoils are yours to keep.
I like that.
To unlock
a
blood-bound chest, you'll need to upgrade your cache key with a bloody essence. Bloody essences are a material dropped only from monsters in Tier 3 zones. Using them, you can upgrade hidden cache keys to unlock blood-bound chests. Using them and a Sanguine workbench located in major cities, you can unlock the blood-bound chest and obtain the heroic blood-forged gear within.
Well, and that hammer is sick. What the fuck? What hammer is that? I don't think I've ever seen that hammer before. Am I dumb? Where does that even come from? I've seen a lot of weapons in this game, not that fucking hammer. That's wild. I don't know if they're going to mention it, so I want to mention it. Do the bloodbound chests only drop in Tier 3 zones? Like, are they only found in Tier 3 zones? I feel like that's an important note. I know you can only make the keys by going to Tier 3 zones, but they don't mention the chest.
Bloodbound chests give heroes a clear path to obtaining heroic blood-forged gear.
Sure.
They also discourage the stockpiling of keys and using them as soon as a new tier arrives, which circumvents the hot PvP action of Tier 3 zones.
More hot
chests are another
PvP
exciting
action.
way to gain loot, experience thrills, and engage in high-risk PvP. With all of these changes, tier zones, material events, notorious monsters, mercenary mode, and more, high risk will be more meaningful and more engaging than ever before.
Good changes. Good changes
Season
here.
8 is Ascension's biggest season ever. The stage is set for newcomers and veterans alike to step into Azeroth unbound and unleashed. Don't miss out on your chance to join tens of thousands of adventurers, all eager to embark on the next step of this epic adventure. With a release date set,
Yep, I was right.
It won't be long
October
until all the new
28th.
updates are in your hands. So let us know in the comments which element of Season 8 you're eager to unleash. Until then, heroes, we'll see you roaming Azeroth. Take it easy.
All right. Clearly my favorite change. Where is it? I gotta find it. Or not change. Well, actually, hold on. I got two answers. My favorite change, I just saw it. Not only the legendaries, the legendary swap is pretty nice. I won't lie. This is my favorite change by far. It is such a quality of life improvement. I can't stress that enough. Anyone who played a lot of Season 7 and was just trying to get that perfect build will 100% agree. This is a massive update. I do actually really like. I was a little suspicious about it because I thought you were going to be able to buy it from the auction house, but you can't. I really like the World Forge enchantments and only being able to find them in certain areas, and that you can't buy them. I think that's really neat. I think it's really going to incentivize a lot of people to actually do more of the content to get those enchants. So I like that a lot. I'm getting Serpent Form. We already discussed that. Lastly, right fucking here. Tame elements. Where's the walk? Hold on.
Elemental.
Oh yeah, the walk. Okay. So I'm really excited to be able to tame water elementals. I'm gonna try to tame Ragnaros. I'm assuming you can't. But I'm gonna try. No one can. The Phoenix is pretty sick too. I'm not gonna lie. I wonder where. I'm trying to think where these mobs are regularly, because obviously you have the boss in Blood Elf raid. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't remember it offhand. Blood Elf raid. But I wonder where else you have this model. I'm sure there's other places. Anyway, good changes. Really excited. I'll definitely be playing October 28th. October 28th. Have to get the guild back together. Yeah, many things to do. I'm getting Serpent Form. I'm actually really... I hope it's not bad. I hope it's not bad. I'll leave us on this solid crate. This is... I'm interested to see what it does, if anything. It may just be feign death. It may be a permanent stealth. If it's a permanent stealth, that's sick. Because right now, the stealth is only 30 seconds, and it's awful. But if this is a permanent stealth, lock me in. I'm done. I'm high risking it. Solid crate mode. All right, bye.